I mean, here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Our physical and mental nature are deeply interwoven, but we haven't yet unfolded the mysteries of it. This whole complex system is being controlled, managed by simple, most basic things in your body, yet most complex to unfold its mysteries. Everything that happens in your body, including changes and other processes, occurs for a reason, to adapt and survive better. It's not just about pursuing pleasures, but an unaware process, a part towards it. Pleasures can be like illusions, a kind of feeling, which motivates a being. They're a response from your senses, a way your nature operates, not always for a specific purpose, but a part of how our own nature functions. Biology motivates individuals to participate in activities that would have been beneficial for survival and reproduction. They are more likely to be repeated throughout generations, through the effects of pleasure and purposeful satisfaction. Pain makes us pay attention to things and detaches us from it, while pleasure makes us to chase it more unknowingly, at conscious level. All these psychological changes happens within, without us being aware. This is the mechanism we as a being follows. Humans developed certain natural tendencies over time, because those tendencies helped our ancestors survive in different situations. These inclinations or instincts push us to do things that were important for staying alive long ago. In all these aspects, most of our energy is spent behind mere survival. Though its most important aspect, but we get so attuned with it that we forget to live a meaningful life intellectually. We forget to use our rational thinking to grow spiritually and to gain clarity, which actually separates us from animals. It's important to realize that our body don't instinctively know what's best for it. It relies on things through which it molds itself. Both body and mind learn and adapt based on what you expose them to. Your thoughts, daily actions, environment, and the people you surround yourself with. Subconsciously, your body and mind absorb information from these sources and adjust themselves for survival. They retain and apply what they've learned from these experiences, responding accordingly to the circumstances at hand. There are mainly two aspects of our being, mental and physical. Nearly all our life is being impacted by these two aspects. If we look closely, it's all deeply rooted and always functional. It's real expression of our being. It doesn't rely on rational decision-making, it's deeply coded and works in accordance of our nature. Both these aspects impact each other. Your body and mind works at different speeds. Your body has its own rhythm, and your mind follows another pace. Recognizing and balancing these differences is important for your overall well-being. Our behavior, our responses, our decisions, our cravings, our instability, insecurities, fear, our strengths and weaknesses. Everything is hidden in these complex nature of ourselves. One of it is our nature of sexuality, which makes us chase every now and then and consumes most of our energy and time unknowingly. We will try to unfold it and we will discuss how can we align this deeply rooted complex nature to lead a fulfilling and meaningful life with help of semen retention. We are deeply bonded to our physical nature. We are not fully aware about workings of our physical nature, but yet we hold a significant power to rule over it. All our physical components includes internal and external aspects of being, which we can see, which are tangible aspects of our nature. In our case, we are primarily discussing about senses, functioning of brain, physical body, and mental aspects, which causes great influence in life, and which is not fully known the root causes of all troubles. Our physical body is connected through various systems and structures, such as nerves, blood vessels, muscles, and organs and more. These components work together to support bodily functions, like movement, digestion, circulation, and sensory perception. Communication between different parts of the body occurs through electrical impulses, chemical signals, and movements, ensuring coordination and integration of activities essential for overall health and well-being. Senses are primary, as their role is to gather and respond to information about our environment, which aids our survival. Our senses are alert and active all the time when we are in awakened state. Our sense receptors send signals to the brain. The brain analyzes the sensory information and tells the body what to do in response. Our physical nature's functioning relies on different aspects, such as movements, time, age, hormones, environment. It all impacts us internally and externally. Then as deeply coded nature, our body reacts to different things. Main thing to consider here is that, as we adopt different environments, we lose our awareness and rational thinking with time, as we adopt to things under influence of physical state. It makes us more relaxed and inclines towards what is necessary for survival, such as food. Our body relies on cues from environment which ensures our survival. The cue is a bit of information which predicts a reward. Our mental tendencies holds great influence over physical body. Brain is the decision maker and influencer for body. Physical body is great tool for us. It holds, retains, and releases energies. Its biology is complex, but to keep it all in harmony requires basic things to follow on daily basis. The better you can build it, the better you have to be aware of not losing energies. If it gets influenced and sets itself in motion to satisfy its cravings, it gets hard and takes time for oneself to at least come off its great influence. All our physical cravings and desires majorly relies on senses. Senses holds great influence over our mental and physical aspects, and vice versa. It releases certain hormones which sets us in motion, tempts us, shuts down rational thinking and more, which instabilizes us behind satisfying our craving. There are certain cycles of our physical body which needs to be kept harmonized in order to lead it and to keep it stable. Our mental workings have greatest influence on ourselves. Every part of who we are affects and is affected by our mental state, which then sends specific signals to our bodies to perform various actions. This mental aspect encompasses our thoughts, moods, emotions, perceptions, imagination, behavior, and judgments. Each element interacts with and impacts the others, creating a complex web of influence. Also, it includes all the mental processes that are used to obtain knowledge or to become aware about the environment. It does not include any physical component of physical body, its energy. It's unexplainable yet understandable. We can't see it, yet we live it. Our mental faculties and senses are continuously scanning our surroundings, using our senses to gather information that ensures our survival. This also aids us to follow certain habits which we have developed. However, it's crucial to recognize that we are often influenced without being fully aware of it. We may not fully understand our actions and their purposes because we're being shaped by the world around us to pursue certain things. Regardless of what we do or own, we may not have complete control over it. The best approach is to cultivate awareness within ourselves, enabling us to recognize these influences and shape our lives accordingly. This awareness is essential because unclear influences can guide our decisions, consuming our time, energy, and valuable resources. Therefore, it's vital to understand and navigate these influences to lead a more fulfilling life. Living a fast-paced life often results in feelings of chaos and a lack of awareness. Finding balance is crucial in navigating life effectively. This balance is essential within ourselves, in our eating habits, in how we manage our tasks, and in our overall lifestyle. Our mental tendencies, which influence our emotions, moods, physical well-being, and life choices, can be managed to some extent with awareness and breaks. While it's impossible to balance everything perfectly, many things can be better understood and managed with moments of mindfulness. Awareness arises from the stability of both mental and physical tendencies. It's important to prioritize self-care and align our actions accordingly. Our subconscious tendencies and spiritual aspects which are not fully unfolded holds great power and influence over our mental tendencies. While many spiritual aspects are accessible through our mental faculties, they often rely heavily on physical support. Spiritual aspects of ourselves are meant to be experienced by everyone. It shows the stability. It makes us experience God, not merely to know Him. Let's first understand what semen is from basic. A semen fluid that is emitted from the male reproductive tract and that contains sperm cells, which are capable of fertilizing the female's eggs. This is what science states. It's true, and we should also focus to ancient texts, such as Ayurveda states this. Virya means the semen is a powerful body fluid that is the last element that forms from food and supports life. It is regarded as the essence of essences that has the potential to create new life. Spiritual texts consider semen or virya as the essence, life force of the body, just like salvation is viewed as the essence of worldly life. This is why we see many ancient warriors, great kings, and priests focused on retaining their semen within. They focused on channeling sexual energies used for good. Let's unfold the mysteries and reasons behind this. The process of making semen is the complex one. Ayurveda states that it requires 100 drops of blood to create 1 drop of semen. Some texts say it's in range of 50 to 80 drops of blood. The journey begins with body fluid, which transforms into blood, then flows into muscles, then moves to bones, reaches bone marrow, and finally becomes your vital fluid, semen. This intricate process demands considerable energy. A man's body is in constant process of making semen, extracting essence from various main aspects of being, such as nervous system and DNA. Consider the continuous internal effort your body makes to maintain optimal functionality. It's a synchronized flow, a harmony that keeps your body functioning. Whether it's daily tasks or the creation of semen, your body expends a significant amount of energy. The energy your body uses is derived from the environment you live in, primarily from the food you consume. Food, as the first element you introduce into your body, plays a crucial role in semen production. Therefore, it's important to be mindful and respectful of the food you consume. Just imagine for a moment how precious semen is for a man. If a man consistently ejaculates and loses his semen, he will eventually become weaker than a woman. Just as a woman loses blood through her natural cycle, a man loses his manliness through ejaculation. As sensual pleasures increase, strength decreases, and diseases take hold. On the other hand, celibate individuals who protect their sexual fluids experience an increase in strength and remain disease-free. When you do not ejaculate for long periods of time, your body re-optimizes itself in order to help you attract mates. This is part of the reason for the superpowers many people claim. This is also a state where your body puts you in. In such states, our physical body is capable of procreating at optimal level. This is a state for which your overall nature thrives for, because it is the semen which gives a man overall nourishment of being. It is considered as essence of one's life. Some scriptures also states that semen is present in all parts of body. It is what strengthens them. It is a primary responsibility of a man to retain this seed within for as long as possible. Initially, often when a man starts to practice semen retention, it's hard in this modern world to adopt oneself to these powers, as our body and mind is not opted to stay away from stimulants and pleasures. From childhood, we've molded ourselves to easily indulge in pleasures, interwoven them deeply with our identity. We often perceive pleasure as a significant aspect of our personality. Merely deciding to retain semen and gain powers isn't enough. We must also prepare ourselves to be capable of these powers. We have to mold our nature accordingly. It's like, you can't lift 100 kgs of weight in gym in very first day. Slowly and gradually with constant effort you will be able to lift it. Similarly, our bodies cannot immediately produce and absorb all the energies needed for transformation. We must abstain from pleasures and align our lives in a way that allows us to effectively transmute the energy from semen. Semen will not only provide nourishment to mental and physical aspects, it will provide you with life, it will provide you with everything. It grants us inner stability, making it easier to progress in our spiritual development. It will provide you with life force, which you can use whichever work you want. Semen fills a man with energies, which is essential in every aspect of life. This is foundation of our overall being. The reason I'm saying is because the overall nourishment and powers which semen gives to a man is greatest. Not even superfoods or any other things can provide to a man, which his semen provides him. It's hard to accept the fact, but many warriors since ancient times have fought with their life to preserve this seed within themselves. Our mind and body learns from repetition and experiences. Whatever you associate with, it leaves an image on our mind. Also, it forms an image and learns from it what is better for you and what not. The problem arrives when we develop strong cravings and attachments, such as, if you eat sweet every time after your meal, soon you will create an habit of it, eventually you will crave it all the time after your meal. This is how you create and associate habits with daily activities. Same happens with sexuality. When you associate sexuality in your daily life, in everyday life's things, such as your phone, bed, computer, a certain time of day, or with certain people, your mind will always pull you towards it for indulgence. Such nature of man is undefinable. Such is the great illusion of sexuality. Habits are an intricate part of our mental and physical habits. All the things influences each other and work in harmony according to their nature to perform a habit or task. An important aspect to consider here is that semen retention profoundly influences a man's overall being, affecting his power, forces, and various aspects of nature. Similarly, our nature, thoughts, and physical body parallelly influence semen. The nourishment which semen provides can be disrupted by complexities in our physical and mental state, influenced by habits, environments, and other undefined aspects of life. Such as, if you have developed certain sexual habits to certain places and with certain things, then if you associate with these things, it may trigger your mental and physical aspects to indulge in sexuality. Even if you don't indulge, the impact of trigger stays within you, which eventually may cause nocturnal emission. The nature of triggers and sexuality in certain aspects is undefinable. To prevent such things from happening, it's really important for a man to get his conscious mind off completely from sexuality. Nocturnal emissions, or nightfall, occur due to images, experiences, and associated sexuality stored in our subconscious mind. The only way to fight it is to get yourself off completely from sexuality. It's essential to maintain purity in your actions, thoughts, and speech. Over time, by consistently avoiding sexual stimuli, your mind will gradually become clearer and more purified. The stimulation of sexuality via any means tempts our flesh hard. It leaves our mind disturbed. It disrupts the inner harmony and heightens our senses, often clouding our ability to think clearly. These effects begin with various forms of stimulation and sexually triggering stimuli. The journey of semen retention makes a man to sacrifice all pleasures from life. Then only man can be able to lift up from this life. Stimulation via any means can start journey of destruction. It is necessary to recognize such things to stop your nature causing harm to oneself. To put it in simple words, stimulants provides the desire, but takes away one's performance. After puberty, we often have strong desires for sexual experiences in almost every aspect of our lives. Whether we're happy and seeking pleasure, or going through tough times and seeking relief, sexuality plays a big role. Sadly, we often use sexuality mainly for pleasures, without understanding its true purpose. This can lead to deeper illusions and disrupt our lives. Understanding the mysteries of existence is a journey which we may never fully complete. Even if we do, we have to follow the laws of nature. If we choose to ignore these laws, we have to pay the price, as mentioned in ancient texts. Preservation of semen brings life, depletion of semen brings death. This concept suggests that the loss of semen not only affects a man physically, but also corrupts his spiritual, mental, and moral growth. The importance of retaining the sexual power, of using it wisely and gently, cannot be overestimated. It is paramount. Lose your sexual power, you lose the power to reproduce your species, and, according to the laws of nature, your days of usefulness are past and decay. It states that a man pays a significant price, compromising his real strength that influences various aspects of his life. Nature has set a price upon sexuality that none can afford to give. It takes its pay in physical power, in health. Those who break the laws must pay the price. How to live life when health is taken away from you, the most precious thing which a man can possess. A man not only pays in physical strength, but bonds karmas and transfers energies with the partner, if done in the right order. If not, then everything will unfold in its negative order, which will corrupt you overall. Every action carries karmic consequences, and indulging in pleasure without consideration can result in negative karmic entanglements that affect future experiences and relationships. Excessive pursuit of sexual pleasure distracts individuals from their spiritual path or higher purpose, hindering personal growth and fulfillment. It may tempt individuals to compromise their values and integrity, distancing them from their inner truth and authenticity. Men nowadays are living a dead life without life force. This cost is often too much to handle. People often endure intense pain without understanding why. You can't avoid the complexities of living in this body, you have to face them head-on. No one has ever completely unfolded the path, everyone has chosen the noble journey of facing challenges head-on in pursuit of greatness. The real thing is, no matter what happens to you and in your life, your body is gonna operate in its own nature. The simple logical thing is that you are gonna require energy to perform all the tasks in your life. This whole complex mental and physical complex structure of being will eat away a great chunk of your energies. So will you drain away all the overall energies which you have by masturbating while watching porn? You will not even be able to recover the cost of these momentary pleasures. It will take you months to at least come to a normal state. Your body is constantly gonna make a lot of unconscious changes within to survive you better based on the situation. A man must use his energies to pass through this life without causing harm to oneself and his people in this life. Not to use powers for pleasure. Pleasures will only bring agony in his life. No man has ever benefited through pleasures. Though it gives temporary tingling sensation, but it's always unaffordable. Do you want to live life purposefully or merely want to survive like an animal? This is the question you need to ask yourself. You are seeing around how men are living nowadays, completely surrendering oneself to forms of devil, merely surviving and wishing for pleasures. If you genuinely want to live, you won't keep spelling your most precious semen because of manipulation of pixels on your phone. You will strive to live as an ideal human, as stated by the gods. You will live like a supreme human being if you retain your seed within. It contains essence of gods. Semen retention is the foundation of life. All what sprouts in life is nothing without the life force. Our actions are often guided by our ingrained mental patterns, biology, environment, and habits. These patterns are so deeply ingrained that we repeat them daily without even realizing it. Over time, these actions can lose their significance if we don't approach them with awareness and purpose. Even the things which we deeply desired at a point in time. This pattern never stops, and material things and worldly affairs constantly pulls us intensely to indulge in it. In such chaotic time within, our awareness becomes our most important aspect. It gives meaning to things which we are performing. It navigates our life in a better way. The biggest trap lies in such moments when mind is slowly drowning towards pleasures. Semen retention, the vow of celibacy, helps us. Simplicity in life holds the key for everything. Trying to solve complexities in life is like throwing oneself in deeper illusions of life, which are often impossible to come out of. Man has been given these strong sexual powers to achieve great things in life, not merely to chase illusionary sensory pleasures. The complexities of our nature are not fully explored. The more a man tries to unfold it, the more complex it gets to solve. Yet with sciences, each new discoveries are still making us wonder. Understand that we have learned to manipulate and stimulate our complex nature for survival. We haven't found the key to cure it thoroughly. But a man possesses the source of wisdom and strength inside, which holds the essence to guide and provide him with life itself. The essence and answers of all is within, it's not outside to look for. Have you ever wondered where diseases really come from, aside from just old age? While we've become skilled at treating certain illnesses, we often overlook the root causes that lie within ourselves. Many of these causes stem from the choices we make and the habits we develop over which we have control. Modern men have become so ignorant that by exhausting their strength and vitality, they are prone to mental and physical illnesses without being aware of the cause and consequence. All the ancient wisdom is lost, which emphasized on breaking the shackles of life. Celibacy is one of the important aspects of it. All great philosophers and great thinkers emphasized on celibacy. Modern thinkers are still unfolding secrets of ancient texts, of which celibacy holds one of higher position. So will you live a lie, or search for truth within? Perform your duties with all your hearts, have a happy detachment from worldly affairs. In the end, it was assigned to you, it was never yours, and never will be. You are merely a traveler, carrying around a soul. On this journey, walk on the path which God showed us. Keep aim of semen retention, breathe deep, be aware, and live to its fullest.